Got a lot of little things on the bottom of this thing. Start a Q&A. What makes good friendships? Let's start there. What makes good friendships, man? Let's go start there, man. Oh yeah. One, two, three, four, maybe five. Yeah. Whoa. Try to fix this lighting right here. All right. Perfect. We working out the mind today, man. Let me see where my thinker's at, man. Where my thinker's at, man. What makes good friendships, man? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. It's a conversation most people don't have, man. What makes a good friendship, man? I feel like friendships need to be defined. You know what I'm saying? So y'all help me out, man. Let me see where all my thinkers are on this good Wednesday. What makes good friendships? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. What's going on? Hello, how you doing? What's happening? What's happening? What's up? What makes good friendships, man? Let's talk about it. You from Russia, man? Hey, shout out to Russia, bro. Shout out to Russia, man. Shout out to Russia, man. But I think you understand English, right? What makes good friendships, man? I'm trying to have some productive conversations here on the net. But can somebody help me out? I think a good friend has to be reliable and also want the best for you. I think that's a good place to start. Reliability makes a good friend. Reliability makes a good friend. Word nerd said trust. I love it, man. I love it. Word nerd, since you are the word nerd, thank you for that word, by the way. What would you say? How would you define trust, brother? Thank you for that. But how would you define trust, bro? You see, I got one, two, three. Let's make breakfast while we chop it up, man. I got these eggs I'm about to bust open. Eggs. But how would you define trust, word nerd? Trust is a big word for friendship, but I think everybody defines trust differently. You know what I mean? But how would you define trust? Is trust objective or is trust subjective? It's a good question. You know what I'm saying? Is trust subjective or is it objective? Make sure y'all can see the food getting cooked. Get some seasonings over here. Just, you know what I'm saying? Trust is a very unique word because everybody has a different definition of trust. You know what I'm saying? Titan Master says to be truthful. I like that. I like that. I like that. Are you, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Titan. What about being truthful even when it could hurt their feelings? What do you feel about that? Yoi Sabello, what's up? How you doing? What about if you feel like it could hurt their feelings though? Should you still be truthful even if you feel like it could hurt their feelings? Privity, honestly, honesty, even if it's telling someone what they don't want to hear, but having your friends back, man, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love being able to tell people if you love them, tell them what they need to hear, not necessarily what they want to hear in that moment, man. Love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that. Uh, so let me ask y'all this, then. Let me ask y'all this, man. If it's about honesty and truthfulness, right? Why are so many friendships struggling right now? I love what y'all saying, by the way. Why are so many friendships struggling right now? I see a lot of friendships, communities, and families struggling. Why do y'all think that is? Maybe y'all can help me out, man. But I agree with everything y'all saying so far. Honesty, even when it hurts, those are big words right there. Big words. Something huge to stand on. Love to hear it though. Yeah, I think if you had more honesty, you would have more healthy relationships because whatever you expect from people, um, you know, it's kind of like clearly defined. You know what I'm saying? Yoy Sabello, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Yoy. So we got some bacon right here in the air fryer. Air fryer. Set it and forget it. And we got these eggs right here. Because our culture wants nothing to do with accountability and putting in the work. Word nerd. You are speaking the truth right about now, word nerd. I gotta pin that. Can I pin that, y'all? Let me pin that. Word nerd says that our culture wants nothing to do with accountability and putting in the work. Oh my goodness. Wow, word nerd. You said it better than most could say it, bro. You know what I mean? That's huge, man. You know, I was reading something this morning, right? And it was talking about like selfish ambition, right? And it was talking about how when you don't value others above yourself, like your loved ones, right? You're gonna have what they call selfish ambition, right? And with the selfish ambition, even though you think you're winning because you're being selfish, you're losing because you're being when you're selfish, you're leaving yourself alone. Nobody could trust you. Nobody can build with you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's huge, man. I pen that word, nerd. I love it. I love to hear it, bro. So what do we do as a culture? Like if our culture is like that, what does the modern man or woman do in terms of trying to keep friendship in a world where there's not a lot of accountability and there's not a lot of people wanting to put in the work, man? There got to be some people out there that wants to put in the work and that wants accountability. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be somebody, right? I think that there's got to be somebody that wants to actually build, put in the work, show love, etc., etc. By the way, man, here's an egg hack. Add a little bit of half and half to your eggs, and they're gonna come out fluffy just like that. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put some sourdough toast in the toaster. Two slices, pretty small. Two slices, 120 calories, 4 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, zero sugar. Sourdough for the win. Word nerd, are you still here? It's word nerd talking good, man. This can come off. It's hot enough. You know what I'm saying? Fourth wall. Top of the morning to you, brother. Top of the morning to you, man. Welcome. Welcome on in. But I love what you said, though, word nerd. Our culture, they don't seem to want to put in the work when it comes to friendships and things like that. But trust or being truthful, even when it hurts, is very important, man. I see a lot of people gassing people up that need to really be telling them the truth. But everybody just want to be gassed up. They don't want to get better. They want to feel better. So I think that that can play a role into friendships not being honest as well. Choose carefully. Also, culture starts in the family. I will say I've seen people from the worst family be very successful, and people from affluent circumstances screw up. That is 100% correct. Sometimes people from affluent families they don't know the struggle, so they don't understand how to steward certain things correctly because they don't know the struggle. They don't. The struggle is not something they're familiar with, so they just take everything for granted. Then you got people that have to get it out of the mud, and guess what they're doing? They're making better decisions because they don't have the long leash that an affluent person has. So I agree 100%, word nerd. By the way, what is word nerd? Is it like a channel or is that just your name? I think it's pretty cool. Do you love like defining words, definitions? Because it's something I love to do. I feel like in relationships, people have to define the terms of the relationship. Fourth wall, let me ask you, man, what makes good friendships, my brother? If you be so kind to add to the conversation. All right, so we got the eggs. We got the sourdough toast. It's toasting. We got the bacon in the air fryer. It's air frying. Breakfast is coming together a little bit. Now all we need is a blender cup, right? Like so. So we can make a nice smoothie while we keep chopping it up. All right, let me see. All messages. But I totally agree, word nerd. Totally agree. All right, let's get some blueberries, frozen banana. Blueberry bag got a hole in the bottom, so I got to do this reverse. Boundaries, discussing boundaries before the relationship. Will they be friends or will they be dating? I like that too. Discussing boundaries makes sense. Like what is it that you're looking for, right? So nobody's surprised, nobody, yeah, I think I like that. I like that. What do you think about people that say, let's just let it flow and see where it goes? What do you think about that? Just a BS handler used to be a tournament level Scrabble player. Oh, okay, I got you, bro. I got you. But you sound like a smart guy, though, bro. I like building with smart people, man. When you build with smart people, guess what it does, y'all? Guess what it does? When you build with smart people, guess what that does? Can y'all tell me in the comments? When you build with smart people, what does that do for you? Tell me in the comments. What happens when you build and when you talk to smart people? There's a saying that says, if you want me to tell you where you're going, show me your friends. So what do y'all think? Frozen blueberries, frozen banana, almond milk. Keeping it consistent, baby. Gains. Okay, so instead of the mocha protein, your boy got the peanut butter Vega protein. Okay, y'all tell me, when you build with smart people, when you hang around smart people, what does that do for you? What does that do for you? Let me put this music down a little bit. Music done cut off on me. Don't cut off on me. I just want the sound to go down a little bit. Don't cut off on me. So yeah, what does that do for you guys? When you hang around smart people, right? What does that do for you? Drop that in the comments. I think when you hang around smart people, it does something for you. That's why I like hanging around people that know something, you know? Everything I do, I speak to you. It's hard to hear your voice. I see you speaking. All right. The bacon's almost done. We put it on for like another minute. Get a plate. Plate up these eggs. You dig. So I'm gonna say the answer since nobody said it yet. I think when you hang around smart people, you can only learn and grow from each other. I think if there's only one smart person and everybody else is not really using their thinking caps, I think it'll drain that one person rather than build with each other. You don't want, in my opinion, you don't want friends that just take and don't give. You know what I'm saying? Friends that take and don't give, those ain't the kind of friends you want to have, man. Because you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get burned out trying to save that friend. That friend's always in need. That friend's never giving, right? Now, one person might say, all right, well, maybe they're not giving because they don't have nothing to give. I disagree. I think everybody on every level has something to give. It's all contingent upon, are you trying to give or is it all about you? You know what I mean? Are you trying to give or is everything about you? That's a good question. You did. All right. So here's the eggs right here. Sourdough. Sourdough. I'm gonna add a little bit of Korea in this smoothie right here. A little bit of vanilla extract. All right. Perfect. Yeah, so I think if you're around people that only take and they don't give, I think you're going to end up burned out. I know you want to help the person, but if you're burnt out, you can't be productive in life. So I think that that friendship might be one that you need to avoid, so you don't suffer from long term burnout. Huh? What do y'all think about that? Having a friend that only takes and can't give. What do y'all think about that? And I don't mean like physical giving. You know what I mean? I mean like you know what's going on, chasing games, man. Long time no see, bro. How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Long time no see, man. It's been a while. But we back on the ones and twos, man. We just chopping it up as usual. Chasing games, man. What do you think makes a good friend, bro? Talk to me. What makes good friendships? By the way, man, I got a new blender for my birthday. I got this magic bullet. I mean, not magic bullet. I'm lying. This ninja. This ninja's dope. I feel like I'm going to missing out on the conversation. I'm at work, man. I know, man. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. But you already know we're gonna get it back going. We're gonna get it back going. Our education system is flawed. Our schools are way too big. Schools should be capped around 100 students combined with five small schools for athletics, man. I agree with that. Schools are definitely overcrowded. But I don't know where you live, where I live. A lot of people are starting to homeschool more and more. Schedule been out of whack. Glad to make a live. Hey, chasing games. I haven't really been on live as much, but I plan on getting back on live to have these kind of conversations because I feel it's good for the culture. Penthouse, a good friend, someone who always answers the phone and will put their boots on at 2 a.m. when you need help getting a problem solved. Do you know what I mean? If you have to dig a hole, for sure, man, for sure. I like that. I like that. He says, man, what makes a good friend is a good one, really. Oh, that's a good question, right? Yeah, friendships are kind of like blah at the moment. At least when I talk to people, it seems like the friendships are not interconnected. Do you know what I mean? If you have to dig a hole, yeah, I don't know, bro. Depends on what kind of hole you're talking about, bro. Hey, I ain't going to the jailhouse rock with you, bro. Even if I love you, I ain't going there. I love my kids. This is the new blender right here, y'all. It's I love it. It makes a ton of noise though. But y'all bear with me. See that? It does it by itself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what do you think, Jason Game? And just like that, in 3 seconds, you got Smoothie King at the crib. I can honestly say I don't have a ton of true great friends, but if someone genuinely cares about me, I'll give them my shirt off my back. Got you, got you. Why do you think that is, though, Chasing Games? Why do you think you don't have a lot of genuine or a ton of great friends? Like, why is that? Like, the world is full of 8 to 9 billion people. Why is it so hard to find good friends? I don't understand that. I mean, I do understand it, but I don't. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I understand it, but I don't understand it. Like in a world where there's so many people, why is good friendship so hard? And by the way, ask me some questions too. If someone doesn't take your call, they're not a friend. A friend will not ask you to ruin your life to save them. There you go. I love that. I love that. Word nerd. Love it, bro. True friendship can be a lot of work, man. Finding people that are compatible to your lifestyle, hobbies. True. I think, let me ask you guys this, right? Let me ask you guys this. I think we can simplify some of it to do you want the best for each other? Let's say you're into working out. Let's say I'm into skydiving. Well, when you go work out and when I go skydiving, guess what? We can still be great friends. Do I want the best for you? And do you want the best for me? I think we can simplify this thing. I think we can. You know what I'm saying? Because gym partners are not always good friends. Just because you can lift a lot of weight doesn't make you a good friend. You know what I'm saying? Smoothies ready. Mm. Nice petite breakfast. And we're going to smash it while we have this conversation. Yeah, if you got a world with so many people, why is a friendship hard to have? Like, why? I don't get that. I think I'm going to tell you what I think. You guys ready? And you're right, 100%. Some of the hobbies don't make friends, but you can do it. There you go. There you go. D. Gillian, what's going on? Yeah, I have it. Yeah, it's been a while, man. When I lost my dad, I lost my greatest friend, man. Hey, man, rest in peace to Pops, man. Sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that, man. D. Gillian, I don't know what your name was before, but good to see you nonetheless. Um, yeah, I think, matter of fact, I'll give you an example. When I met my wife, we didn't have the same hobbies at all. And we 12 years in, and we didn't have the same hobbies, but you know what we did? We had an interest in one another and one another's mind. We had an interest in growing, right? And we also challenged each other on stuff that was healthy. I feel like you should do that when you're trying to build with somebody. Friendship is not just an echo chamber where you just come in and agree all day, every day. Some friendships are built off of a challenge, being able to challenge one another. You know what I'm saying? I think when you can challenge your friends, I think that's the best friendship because you're not just laying down with nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But that's me though. I think friendships should challenge each other. I don't think we should just settle for whatever. Hey, that's me though. I don't think. The echo chambers work out all the time for friendship. Let's see what the people are saying. Let's see. It says, I was helping my brother last night, 12 a.m. Bro locked his keys in his car. We fished for his keys for an hour. We got it. It was just no thank you. It was it was just no thank you. What I'm saying, don't even yeah, bro, that's terrible. Like to be honest, if a person don't know how to say thank you, I'm not helping them. Real rap. There is no loyalty and honor among people. True. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, fourth wall. Do do the people that want loyalty and honor, do they have it themselves? Way too often I see people with no loyalty, no honor, and they want everybody else to have it. I got some family members like that. They don't have loyalty, they don't have honor, but they want everybody and their mama to have it. So that's a good question. D. Gillian says, yeah, man. Yeah, bro. That's tough, Gillian. Hey, Gillian, shout out to you, man. Shout out to your family too, man. Stay strong, man. Stay strong, bro. We say grace. Gracious Lord, thank you for the food. Thank you for everybody in the chat. I pray they have an amazing day. Let this food be nourishment from our body. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah, Gillian, that's dope how you did that for him, man. And word nerd, man. That's tough, man. Listen, I hope I'm as strong as you, you know? That's right, word nerd. Because it's not really what you say, it's really what you do, right? Isn't that true? I don't think it's really what you say as much as it's what you actually do. Well, they did, but you know, bro, do the same for you in a heartbeat. No questions asked. Those friends are hard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very hard to come by. Very hard to come by. But you know what I noticed too? Some people, because they're exhausted with some people are exhausted with bad friendships. So I feel like sometimes they bring what they went through in their last friendship to their new friendship, and then they're not consistent. Have you guys noticed that? Because they're exhausted with bad friendships, when they get into a good friendship, they'll be like, I don't have time for it, or they'll make excuses why they don't want to pursue it because they're exhausted from the wrong people. I I can have it, but you can't have it. I noticed that mindset. That's really a kid's thing, but it's like they don't grow out of it. True. I agree with that. I agree with that. I feel like half friends or fair weather friends feel so fake to me, so I don't bother, man. What's the point? I don't blame you. I really don't blame you. I think it's better to be, I won't say alone, but I think it's better to be alone than be with fake friends. That's for sure. That's for sure. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Can I ask you guys a question? Let's do an exercise together. You ready? Let's do an exercise together. Type one if you want to do this exercise with me. Okay, nice. Word nerd. A word nerd, man. Thank you for stopping by, bro. We'll talk soon, man. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, word nerd. I see two ones. That's all I need. Here's the question. Let's do it together. What makes you a good friend? What makes you a good friend? A lot of times we never reflect. What qualities are you bringing to the table in friendship? I'll start off. I'm a very genuine compassion. Love it. Love it, chasing games. Genuine and compassionate. I love it. I love it. Loyalty and commitment. I love it. I love it. For me, it would be the desire for everyone to reach their full potential and to become the best version of themselves. I genuinely want to see people do well. Not do well to the point where you lose yourself, but do well to the point where you find yourself. You get further in your identity and growth. You feel me? But that's a good exercise because when you talk about the qualities that you bring, it reminds you of why you're not settling for less than. Word Nerd says you have to be a pretty good. Before I go, I would say you have to be a pretty good listener. Love that. Love that, bro. You're right about that. You do have to be a good listener. Word Nerd. Word Nerd. We're going to be doing more conversations like this. So I hope to see you in the next one, bro. I try to be there to listen to my friends and not judging them. True. DG, I'm going to call you DG. We were talking earlier, right? Would you say, even though you don't judge them, do you also tell them things that they may not want to hear, but they need to hear? What do you think about that? That's like me. I got my brother lifting, man. Couldn't bench 205 2 months ago. He's doing 230 doubles now. I love you, see my friend. Hey, when you win, I win. We win together, man. Like right now, we're having this fruitful conversation. We're winning together by having a fruitful conversation. You know what I'm saying? What makes me a good friend is if you have something you want to talk about, we can talk about it. And if you need help, I will help you. Not all the time. I've been taken advantage of before. Okay, I got you, bro. So your past friendships have made you a little reluctant to want to help people because you've been burned before. I got it. You have to. Best way is to lead by example. Hey, D Gillian, I love it. Um, Even though you say we have to, which I agree, I don't really see it in our culture because everyone wants to just be, they just want to go along to get along. They don't want to grow. Growth hurts sometimes. Growth takes some testicular fortitude sometimes. Growth takes having hard conversations sometimes. He's so happy too, man. He's finally making good progress. That makes me happy. Yeah, because you're helping them, bro. You're reproducing that what you have in your own life. You're giving it to somebody else. That is a great friend. Are you reproducing what's going on in your own life that's going good for you? Are you reproducing that to others? That makes a great friend, right? Don't have a good investment, but you don't tell your mans because you don't want him to come up. Let's invest together. Not saying we got to mix funds, but let's share with one another. Because if I win, we all win together. You feel me? You know what I mean? But this is one thing that I want to emphasize, right? 100%. That's right. One thing that I want to emphasize is the people that have good qualities or that are good friends, right? Meaning us, you know, being that we're talking about, being friends or being good friends, right? We have to make sure that we're not allowing past relationships to plague new relationships. 100%. That's right, Chase. DG says you'll attract different friends as you grow older, wiser. Birds of a feather flock together. That's right. Hey, DG, I think that's the smartest way. Um, I think it all depends on, some people grow into different things. You know what I mean? Some people find faith later in life. Some people have a family. Some people don't. So sometimes I notice that dynamic changes people's goals or people's interests, right? Like if you have a family, your friend doesn't have a family. It's not saying that you're not friends no more. I just think that you may not have a lot of the same interests. Why? Because you got a family, your priorities switch, right? He may be single, different priorities. Um, there's a lot of things that could change when it comes to friendship. The only thing I will say is because you grow, that doesn't mean you look down on others because you've grown. You've grown, so celebrate the growth. Some friends can't handle that though. Some friends can't handle that you grew out of your middle school days and things like that. I'm like a vibe machine, man. I'm not saying I judge people off rip, but if I listen to you talk 5 minutes, I can normally tell. Listen, um, I'm with you on that, Jason. It don't take long to find out if a person has a growth mindset or if a person just has a mindset of take, 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 and not give. You can tell if somebody's for themselves. You're right about that, bro. I agree with that 100%. I don't. I think it's. I don't say it's easy, but I want to say over time you can tell where a person has that. Chasing gains. Let me ask you this: what did you feel that told you it wouldn't work? What did you feel? I think for me, if a person only talks about themselves all day, we're not gonna mesh. No, no, we're not gonna mesh. I just know it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's hard to build with people that make everything about them. You be like, yeah, I'm doing this. Oh yeah, I don't like doing that because last time I did that. So, okay, cool, no problem. Hey man, happy Tuesday. Oh, I don't like Tuesdays because Tuesdays, it's like, bro, I'm just saying good morning. I'm not, I don't care if you like Tuesdays or not, bro. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? People that make everything about themselves, I don't think they can be a good friend, bro. Prove me wrong. For me, I need to keep negativity out and stay focused on the positive. That's right. There you go. But I can be a follower, surround myself. There you go, DG. As a father, I don't know your belief system, but as a father, you're the leader, you're the priest of your home. So that takes precedence over any relationship, any job, anything. That takes precedence. So who you surround yourself with, 100% matters. Yes, I totally agree. Narcissism in this particular case, girl came out and people were smoking. She came and stood. I'm like, bro, she said, we're outside on the porch and a girl came out and a couple people were smoking and she came and stood in the smoke and then started complaining again. Yeah, some people do love to complain, bro. If you're in a somebody smoking and you walk out of the smoke, I mean, go back inside. Yeah, DG Gillian, man. You know why? Because your family, they're trusting your headship. They're trusting your leadership to remain integral when they're not watching. Because a lot of things, their whole life is like in your hands, bro. In a way. So regardless of what everybody else want to do, take care of your family, bro. We're spitting everywhere. What kind of negativity are we talking about? Because if people have been through a lot, that counts as negative. Um, it can be a negative. It depends. Like if you've been through a lot and you're just basking in it every day, it can be negative. If that's where you're like, if you're not making any strides to change, it can be negative. I've had friends like that. Always had something smart or rude to say. I was like, bro, yeah, yeah, the chick just got to go somewhere, Chase. Um, if you bask in what you've been through, it can start to become negative. Yes, it can. I'm not trying to put a timeline on when people should get over something, but I think for me, my faith has taught me that there's always a chance to get out of a certain way of thinking. Now, if I'm not applying my faith, that's on me because I think it's available to you, right? But if all you do is stay in what you've been through forever, that's not a healthy way to live. And it's not a healthy person to be around either. Just my thoughts. We've all been through a lot. That's how you handle. That's right, DG. Listen, I had somebody tell me the other day, they're like, oh, well, man, your life is just, they just heard me talking. They're like, oh, your life must be great. And I'm like, man, if they only understood what it took to get here. Oh my gosh. If they only understood what it took for me to have a peace of mind. This is one thing I won't let nobody do, right? I ain't gonna let nobody discredit what I've been through to get to the mind frame that I'm at now. A lot of work, a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, been through a whole lot. And guess what? It made me better for it. And I use it as ammunition, not as a prison. So when people say, oh, you ain't know, listen, you don't know my life. If you seen my life, you'd be surprised at where I'm at now mentally. Are you a veteran? No, I'm not a veteran, man. I've got that question before, but I'm not. But you feel what I'm saying? People love to assume they know your life. They don't realize, bro, I had to go through some storms and some dark times to get to a place of stable minded, bro. And to be honest, I'm not ashamed of my faith. If it had not been for God, I don't know where I'd be, man. Personally, I say personally because I'm not pushing my belief on you. I'm just telling you where I'm at. People start malfunctioning when you talk about your belief, bro. It's kind of crazy. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm telling you what I believe. And I haven't always had faith either, man. People always, oh, well, if you know, nah, bro. I haven't always had faith either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to let nobody take that away from me. I had to go through that. Everybody had to go through something to get through something. My dad was an alcoholic, made me basically hate alcohol and dislike drinks or drunks. That's a It's definitely a way to respond. That's definitely a way to respond to what you don't like. Chase, what do you think about what Fourth Wall said? DG, I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna pin the comment right here. What do you guys think about the pin comment? You have the mindset of a veteran. It's all good. At least you're there. I'm a believer too. Just lost my way for a while because of the military, but I'm good now. DG, love it. DG, what is the mindset of a veteran? I would love to hear it because people told me that before. I never asked what they meant though. I never asked what it meant. And chasing game, DG. Oh, discipline. Love it, bro. The root word of disciple is discipline. Listen, chasing game, DG. If y'all are believers, we got to stick together, man. Because y'all sound like real people. Y'all don't sound like bot believers. You know what I mean by bot believers? They just believe without actually exploring what they believe. They just believe because they become like bots. I don't want to be a bot believer. I want to be a believer. I want to be an intelligent believer. Hello. Intelligent believer. Not a bot. What do you guys think about the pinned comment? Fourth Wall says, yeah, Chase, bro, that ain't it, Brian. I'm not on that at all. I think you got to be a sheep first in order to figure it out. I believe in intelligent faith, not just go through the motions type thing. Well, what do you guys think about that pinned comment? He says, "What if you've been through a lot? Is that considered negative? If you've been through a lot, is that considered negative?" I'm listening to y'all, man. I'm trying to understand myself. That's growth if you turn it into fuel. Right. So when is it negative, Chase? It's growth if you turn it into fuel. When is it negative? When you stew on it and let it eat you up. So Fourth Wall, I don't know if you're still here, but I totally agree with that. If you turn what you've been through into fuel, that's growth. If you stew on it and let it eat you up, that's when it becomes negative. I don't have nothing to say. I think that's dope. It's only negative if you let it control you. That's right, DG. That's right. If you let it control you, it's negative. Because then you're going to be hard to be around. Everything's going to be down. You know what I mean? If you stew on it, you're going to become a Debbie Downer. Anytime somebody tell you something positive, you're going to find the negative in it, right? Somebody say, "Hey, I just won the lotto." Oh, well, lotto people usually go broke in 10 years. Yeah, that's them. Oh, hey, man, I hit the gym today. Oh, that's good. We might not be able to go tomorrow. It's like, bro, we're not talking about tomorrow, bro. We're talking about right now. You did? You feel me? You got to be able to celebrate the little stuff. And sometimes when you stew on what you've been through, you don't know how to celebrate nothing. Have any of you guys ever been there? Hello. DG says, put the negativity in the rear view and focus on the windshield. That part. You ever notice how big the windshield is and how small the rear view is? Let's go. I have a semi-fake friend who always tells me I'm going to get hurt when in reality I just know he's jealous. Yeah, get rid of him, Chase. Get rid of him, bro. Use that time and energy toward people that make you better, bro. Even if it's the Grow Gang community. I started this community because I want to build with people that are tired of the fakeness, that are looking for growth, that want to push forward, that want to grow together. That's why I started it. I didn't start it because, you know what I mean? Trying to put you down for no reason. That's right. I didn't start it because I was bored. I started it because I say there's got to be people in the world that think like me. They may not be where I live, but I'm going to find them and we're going to build. Never forget, guys, if we have our health, we can do anything and everything limitless. That's right, DG. That's right, man. Health is wealth, man. I totally agree. That's right. I totally agree. And part of your health is how you think. 50% of your health, matter of fact, maybe 80% of your health is what's going on in your body. The other percentage is what you think. And I think that there's a direct correlation with how you think and what goes on in your body. Yeah, mental health is massive. That's right. That's what wholeness is all about, y'all. Taking care of the whole person, the body, the soul, the mind. Take care of the whole person. Maintenance in every area so that you can be a good friend. I'm just kidding. So that you can just be a good whole person. I remember when I was going to the gym like 5-6 days a week, right? I'm walking around, jack, boom, right? Feeling good, feeling strong, right? Young. But I wasn't maintaining my spiritual health or my mental health at all. I was using alcohol in between my highs from the gym. I was using alcohol for that. And then over time, I had to realize I got to change how I'm thinking. DG says, you guys are a great group. I'm stepping out to seize the day. Hey, DG, man, much love to you, man. I see you on the next one, bro. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that, Chase. That's sad, man. That's super sad, bro. Jesus Christ, what's up? So in between my gym highs, I was just hitting the bottle, you know what I'm saying? So I would feel good out of the gym. And then I would hit the bottle and I would go back, I'd work out. And I wasn't what you would say like an alcoholic. I just had my vices and my coping mechanism. And then over time, I started to focus on wholeness, right? Feeling good in the body, feeling good in the mind, but actually working on myself, being vulnerable to work on myself. Once I started doing that and chasing wholeness, man, my life became fuller, man. My life became fuller. Penthouse, 35. How old are you, Penthouse? You're addicted to weed? I'm not addicted to weed. I used to smoke weed back in the day. Um, but is it something you want to get rid of, or is it something that you're cool with? Weed make me sleepy, bro. Like lazy. I don't like that feeling, man. Starving, tired, sleepy. I felt lazy on weed, bro. To be honest. What about it makes you addicted, Penthouse? But I live on my own and I make good money, so I don't think it's really hurting me. Okay. Um, how is it helping you, if I may ask? Yeah, Chase, bro. I don't like that lazy, delayed feeling, bro. It's a habit. I've been doing it for 7 years. Okay. Um, is it something that you feel like it's hard to ask you because you like the feeling of being lit? I got you. Well, do you feel like you're abusing it or you feel like you're just enjoying it? You just want a buzz. Got it. So then are you really an addict or do you just enjoy it? Because you said addicted. Addicted is totally different from I enjoy it. You know what I mean? You don't know what it's like to not be sober? Okay. So let me ask you this, Penthouse. Why don't you challenge yourself and go a day without it and see what happens? Okay. You just like to be stoned. I mean, hey, I guess if you ain't hurting nobody, bro, and nobody ain't hurting you over it, um, who am I? But I say I would try it out just to see if there's something outside of being high that you could be missing. I'm not saying you are, just food for thought, bro. That's what I do. I'm your neighborhood coach. When I think addiction, I think it comes over work, family, friends. If you function like a normal person for the most part, it could be worse. True. That's why when he said addiction, I'm like, are you an addict or is it something that you just enjoy? Listen, I love when I'm talking to smart people because the smart people always look to define the terms or define the words rather than assuming. My pleasure, Penthouse. When you gonna try it? When you gonna try to go a day and see what happens? Call it your challenge. You could go back and tell yourself something at 27. What would you tell yourself? I literally turned 27 yesterday. If I could go back when I was 27, this is an awesome question, by the way, and tell myself something at 27. By the way, happy birthday. That boy said next Monday. That's when you know he ain't planning on. But dog said next Monday. Let me get the rest of the week, brother. If I could go back and tell my 27-year-old self something, it would literally be to live in the moment while planning for the future. This is what I mean by that. Ain't that right, Chase? I would tell myself to take it one day at a time. I would tell myself, don't look forward to vacations. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna help you out. Watch this. Don't look forward to vacations so much till you miss out on the gift of life in today. You speed up your life when you're always looking to the next thing. I can't wait for the football season to start. I can't wait for this to start. I can't wait to go on that cruise. I can't wait. When you do that, you run through your days leading up to those points of feeling good. And then what you do is you turn around and you're my age. And you're like, man, I was just 27. What did I do? I was racing to get here rather than living on purpose, rather than living in the moment. I was always going to, oh man, I can't wait till this thing starts. Oh, I can't wait till that thing happens. And before you know it, a lot of times pass and you didn't get to really enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're always looking for that next high. So you know what that did though, Penthouse? Let me tell you. You know what that did? That made me search for inner peace. Because when you can find inner peace, every day is a gift. Man, y'all gotta check my video out. I just did a short video on embrace the gift, right? It's a short video. It's a couple of little clips of me and my family on the way to the beach. I captioned it out. I put some words of captions in there, and it's really talking about embracing the gift. Doors, what's going on, cool now? He says equal respect and understanding. Love that. That's right. Love that. Yeah, bro, that's so real. Living in the moment is so, listen, living in the moment is so hard, but it's so worth it. You need inner peace to live in the moment. You need inner purpose to live in the moment. When you have peace and you have purpose, you learn that every moment is a gift and you don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I don't want to race to my next vacation. I don't want to do that. Today is Wednesday. I'm about to maximize this Wednesday with my family. You don't know if you'll ever see that vacation. It's not promised to you. What you do know is you have the moment you have right now. How old were you when you had a wife and kids? I've been dating my girl for 2 years, and she definitely wants to get married sooner than I do. I still want to build wealth, but she wants to have kids. I got married when I was 23. It's all about compatibility, though, Penthouse. It depends on the compatibility that you have. Let me help you out. I'm gonna help you out. You ready? When you're choosing a partner, I'm gonna help you out. You ready? Chasing gains. Y'all my young bulls. I'm gonna help you out. Accept reality, embrace it, build yourself. That's right. When choosing a partner, you guys ready for this? I'm about to save you guys a lot of time and energy when it comes to a partner. When you're choosing a partner, all right, don't only think about how good of a time that we have together. Don't think about only how good the sex is. Don't think about how good of a time we have when we're on vacation, when we're at dinner, when we're at the house watching a movie. Think about, do I see this person raising my kids? Do I see them raising my kids while also taking care of me in the process, while also being a helper in the midst of being a mother, right? Can you see them as a mom, not just as a wife? Do they make you better? Right? Do they make you better? You don't only want to look at how good of a time we're having right now. Do you see them raising your kids? That's right, Penthouse. It's only real over here, bro. Do you see them as a mother? Right? Some people see these chicks, right? And they be like, oh my goodness, look at her curves. Look how she looks. Look how she walks. Right? Do you see them being your mom? Right? Or your kid's mom? Do you see them, right, as a trustworthy person when your life doesn't look the way that it looks right now? Do they know you the down you, or do they just know the up you? Hello. When you think about it like that, there's plenty of girls and girlfriends, but why? That's right. That's right. That's right. Listen, she's not going to just be your girlfriend right now while you guys are by yourself. In the long run, she's going to be the mother to your children. Can you see her in that role? Or do you guys just have fun? Correct, Penthouse. That's correct, Penthouse. You don't know what life will throw you, right? When you're not in your best physical health, can you see her taking care of you, or do you see her walking out on you when the money is not what it used to be? Listen, I don't know who's listening out there, but when you're choosing a partner, those are the things that you should be thinking about, in my opinion. Do they love? That's right, Doors. That's right, Kunal. Do they only love the you that's up, or do they accept and support the you that's not up at the moment? Hello. That's just a gold digger. That's right, Penthouse. Remember, Penthouse, when you meet people, you meet them in your current state. They don't know what that other state looks like. Can you trust them in that other state of life? If you weren't making as good of money, if you got a hard diagnosis, I don't wish this on nobody, by the way, but I've lived long enough to know that life can throw you curveballs. And I can tell you about my wife, right? When we've had a kid, that's right, cool. Now I'm gonna clip it. And they're always going to portray the best Penthouse. Listen, they're always going to show you the best part of them. You don't know the full part of them yet, right? And you have to use discernment, and you have to be honest and have honest conversations. When you're dating, you should be, remember, they're auditioning. You should be asking questions to see where they're at, because they're not going to just tell you that, they're going to leave you when things don't look right. But you should ask some questions to find out where their mind is, right? Don't marry someone that you can't see as the mother of your kids. That'll save you and everybody else in America and all over the world, not just America, all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even know what their girlfriend look like without makeup. Hello. How do you know them if you don't know what they look like without makeup? Right? I had a client that asked me this. He said, I think I'm ready for marriage. What do you think, bro? It was one of my life coaching clients. He said, what do you think, bro? I said, have you ever seen her fully without makeup before? He's like, well, usually she gets all pretty for me. I said, let me ask you again, brother. Have you ever seen her fully without makeup, fully without all that stuff on? Without those pants all pulled up? Have you ever seen her without it? Well, no, not really, because, bro, how are you ready to marry somebody you never seen without makeup on? You don't even know if you really like her. You don't even know if you fully like her like that. You don't know what she looks like. How are you ready to marry somebody you don't know what she looks like? You only see her in mascara. Hello. I've seen guys and girls put on fake acts pretending they were somewhat. Come on, bro. It is scary. But Chase, that's why I feel like you need God to help you, bro. I feel like God will help you in those moments, in those situations. It'll help you see what you can't see. But unless you can see her as the mother of your kids, unless you think that she's going to be there in sickness and in health, I wouldn't advise you to do it. Not even close. Don't take chances. I wouldn't. And that's my advice to anybody that's in the dating game and that are unsure of what to do. That's right, Doors. That's right, Kunal. Anybody that's thinking about it. I hope I answered your question. Though. I think I did. Probably with a little. I probably got Penthouse thinking, man. Penthouse is like, what am I doing over here, man? I'm supposed to be sitting here just smoking a doobie, and this cat over here unfolding, opening up my whole life. Yeah, yeah, Penthouse. That's what it's about, bro. You know why? Because it's so easy to get married. It's so easy to have a child. It's so easy to get a house. Appreciate you, Penthouse. It's so easy to get a house together. What's not easy is trying to get your life back when you have integrated and intimated with the wrong person. Listen, that's hard. That's hard. That's super hard. It's hard to get out of it. That's why they say it's cheaper to keep her. It's hard, especially if you have assets. It's hard. If you got kids, it's hard. When I see someone get married in 6 months, they're almost always listen, Chase. I done seen them back to back 6 months. 6 months, moved on, 6 months again. They're almost always cooked. 100%. 100%. Almost always cooked. I'm making my girl sign a prenup. Hey, as you should, especially if you live in a penthouse. Is she okay with signing the prenup? Hate to uncover all your sensitive documents, but is she okay with that? Kunal said, God saved me every time. That's right. I don't know where I would be, brother. Man, I can, bro. I just think of like in my past, if I would have got mad. Oh my gosh, my life could have been messed up. Bro, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. I'd be over here fussing with her. I'd be fighting with her right now. I wouldn't be able to talk to y'all. If I was talking to y'all right now, if I was with someone else, I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I'd be fussing with her. We'll be arguing over the kids. Where the kid? Who gonna pick up the kids today? What we making for dinner? Listen, let's go. She was funny about it. She was really hesitant at first, but I told her that it was a deal breaker. My family has a bunch of money. They build skyscrapers, so I have to protect the bag. So why was she funny, penthouse? If it ain't her bread, what she want? What's up? That's a red flag. If I ever saw one. If your family builds skyscrapers, uh, yeah, I mean you definitely got to protect the bag, bro. Come on, bro. She said if we're not going to get a divorce, why are you worried about it? And said if I don't think we're going to get a divorce, why are you worried about it? Yeah, that's a typical penthouse. That's a typical answer for something like that. Baby, we're going to be together forever. It's not about the money until it is. Yeah, bro. You think people that got divorced was thinking about divorce when they were getting married? Come on, that's like one of the silliest things I ever heard. Not from you, but on her part. No one's like, hey, baby, I love you so much. Let's get married. Even though we might get divorced, let's get married. Let's get married, even though divorce is our portion. No one's thinking about divorce when they're getting married, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. You know, you should have told her, you should have been like, come on, man. That's what I would have said. You start seeing millions and people switch. Look, penthouse, 100%. 100%. Tell her to look up the statistics of marriage who get prenups and those who don't. It's literally proven prenups last longer. I can Google. See? What is she concerned with? And penthouse, let me ask you this. Since this live stream has become Penthouse's live coaching session, uh, does she come from money too? Does she come from money too? All right, so yeah, yeah. I would definitely, Penthouse, you may need to sober up. No, bro, it's all good, Penthouse. You're actually helping the conversation because other people that listen can learn too. Other people that listen can learn too. What time is it? 11:20. Other people that listen can learn too. So all good. Um, if she don't come from money too, um, I would definitely be, you know, a little skeptical about, all of that. And then why do you even care about that? Like my wife, look, I've been married over 10 years. My wife is still skeptical about taking money from me. How about that? You heard that? My wife, we've been married over 10 years and she's still funny about me giving her money. I mean, even though it's all the time, like we're married, but she's still funny about it. Like she still is not 100% comfortable taking money. There you go, Penthouse. She was with me when I was building. That's the difference, Penthouse. You met her when you already had it, so you don't know what she on. When I met my wife, I was building. I didn't have it. I was building. You know what I'm saying? I had certain things in place. I was responsible with money. I was responsible with my finances. A borrower is a slave to the lender. That's right. I was building. And guess what she did? She came alongside and built with me. If you already got it, it's hard to know who's really with you. My advice to you, Penthouse, would be to sober up for a little while. There you go, Chase. There you go, Chase. You know why? There's mutual respect. They don't never want to take for granted what they're doing for each other. That's a lovely place to be in. But what I would do is I would sober up for a little while so that you can see things through a different lens, Penthouse. Because it's easy when you high to just go with the flow. And before you know it, that flow might not be what you think it is. You feel me? I would sober up for a little bit. Look at what you need to do. There you go, Penthouse. Yeah, sober up for a little bit. I know you like the feeling of being high, but you need to be sober minded. The good book says that you need to be sober minded so that you can understand some of the decisions that you're making and make sure that you're making them out of logic and not out of lust. Ooh, that's good. I hope AI clips this. You want to sober up so that you can make decisions out of logic and not out of lust. By the way, go you in, baby. It's all about the you. Logic over lust. Logic over lust. That's right. Got a lot on your plate, Pent. You got this, bro. Make some good decisions. That's right. This is what we do, man. Welcome to the Grow Gang, where we try to grow. We don't just go, we grow. You feel me? You feel me? So, yeah, man. Tackle it head on. Realize that your next choice is your best choice. Or your best choice is your next choice, however you want to flip it. You know what I'm saying? But Penthouse, these are questions that a lot of people have, and they're not hearing it because the lust has taken over. You got to remember, if a chick know you got bread, she's gonna be on her best behavior. She's gonna look her best. She gonna touch you the best, right? She gonna whisper the best. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's gonna happen, bro. So just food for thought, man. Food for thought. Listen, we're almost an hour and a half in. I want to jump on here for an hour, but we had great conversation, man. Listen, I love to build with people like you guys. I appreciate you being here. I really do. I want to do this more. I stopped for a little while, but I see it's needed. I love this, man. I appreciate y'all. Listen, remember, no matter what you're going through, though, fam, Penthouse, Chase, Cool Now, all my people, no matter what you're going through, man, don't forget to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, let's go, let's grow. That's right, Penthouse. Got to, man. Right? We all in this together, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's grow. We all in this together, man. Let's do it. Let's support one another, like we just said, man. Let's do it. I'm my brother's keeper, man. I'm my brother's keeper. I see y'all on the next one, all right? Y'all do me a favor before y'all go. Check out the video and leave a comment on Embrace the Gift. It's a simple video. It's 2 minutes long, but it's about embracing the gift. A little bit about what we were talking about today. I want to hear what you think about the captions that I left in there and tell me if it resonated with you. All right? I see y'all. I see y'all in Discord. I see y'all in the comments of the videos. And I'll see you on the next live stream, man. Salute.